powerhouses since their buyout. Moving back to the Indo-Pacific region, and Singapore's parliament has been dissolved as Prime Minister Lawrence Wong prepares for his first major electoral test since succeeding Lee Hsien Loong last year. The president has dissolved the parliament following advice from Wong. The national election is set to be a significant moment in Singapore's politics as Wong faces increased pressure after the Lee family's long-standing dominance in the government. Nomination day is scheduled for April the 23rd, with the election date to be announced later. This election will see 97 seats contested, with a voting system that critics argue favours the ruling People's Action Party, which has held power since 1959. The opposition Workers' Party, which made notable gains in 2020, is expected to make further strides, with other smaller parties also preparing for the contest. Back to North America, and Harvey Weinstein is back on trial in New York this week, facing a retrial of his landmark 2020 conviction that was overturned last year. Jury selection is now underway and could take up to a week. The disgraced movie mogul was originally convicted of criminal sexual assault and third-degree rape, but saw the verdict tossed after an appeals court ruled that uncharged testimony had unfairly swayed the jury. This retrial brings a key difference: a new accuser with an added charge not present in the first case. Weinstein, who also faces a separate conviction in Los Angeles, maintains his innocence and has pled not guilty. Meanwhile, the 73-year-old producer's health has become his island. He has cited severe conditions and ongoing treatment for leukemia and diabetes as reason for an expedited trial. Staying back in the Indo-Pacific region, and Japanese engineers have begun a delicate operation to remove a second sample of radioactive debris from the damaged Fukushima nuclear plants. The debris is part of around 880 tons of hazardous material left behind after a massive tsunami triggered a meltdown at the facility in 2011, one of the worst nuclear accidents in history. Tokyo Electric Power Company, or TEPCO, confirmed the trial operation began at 10:03 a.m. local time. This follows a successful first test run in November, when a small debris sample weighing less than a gram was extracted using a special extendable device. TEPCO says more data is needed before full-scale debris removal can begin. The company is also upgrading its extraction equipment with a new camera to improve precision. 3 of the plant's 6 reactors melted down in the disaster. Last month, robots began removing radiation-absorbing sandbags from underground floors at the site. Meanwhile, Japan has been releasing treated wastewater from the plant into the Pacific Ocean since last year, a move supported by the International Atomic Energy Agency. However, the discharge has sparked backlash. China and Russia banned Japanese seafood imports, though Beijing recently said its independent testing of water and marine life near Fukushima found no irregularities. Still, China says more analysis is needed before lifting the ban. Moving on, and pop star Katy Perry and 5 other females have safely returned to Earth after reaching space aboard Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket. The singer was joined by Bezos' fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, and CBS presenter Gayle King, who said a highlight of the flight was hearing Perry singing Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World. The flight lasted around 11 minutes and took the 6 women more than 100 kilometres above Earth, crossing the internationally recognised boundary of space and giving them a few moments of weightlessness. The capsule returned to Earth with a parachute-assisted soft landing, while the rocket booster also landed back in Texas. Interestingly, the last time an all-female spaceflight took place was over 60 years ago, when Soviet cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman to travel into space on a solo mission aboard the spacecraft Vostok 6. Let's listen in to what Katy Perry has said about takeoff.
I don't know if any other pop stars have been to space, but I thought I wasn't sure if I was going to sing or if I wasn't, because I just wanted to honor my fellow astronauts and just, hold the space in space.